All right, this woman's work. That was the remastered 2021 version.
KWTN 100.9 FM. We have the information here for those that are just wondering. There's some email traffic going on amongst our employees, and then there's also some public service announcement regarding the air quality. And so we invited on over here is the air quality specialist for the Winnebago tribe, Kurt Lyons, and you have some information for us as well as in some public service announcement as well. So we'll turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Garen. So there's a bunch of wildfires going on in the western part of Canada and the north west section of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all being carried by the jet stream down and depositing that smoke in our area.
Okay.
So that's very nice of them. So currently we're in an unhealthy state. Last time I looked, it was 189, which is in the red for the AQI. So that's going to affect most everyone.
Okay. So you notice that for those folks that are maybe were coming to work this morning, as soon as you steps outside your house, you kind of smell the smoke in the air. And I thought there was a fire nearby my house and whatnot. But as you drove, it was kept, still foggy out and kind of hazy. And that is bad for your lungs. Can you tell the people about that?
Yeah, that's called particulate matter.
Uh-huh.
And smoke is incomplete combustion of wood or whatever. And that is small enough. Smoke tends to be in the 2.5 micron size, which can get down into your lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And into your bloodstream even.
Yes.
And will really affect people who are inflicted with asthma or COPD or any kind of heart or lung disease or anything like that. So people who are right now in this state, it's bad for everyone.
Yeah.
And so you want to not exert yourself, try to stay indoors. If you have central air, run it. That'll help scrub the air.
So we also wanted to announce for those folks that are just joining us here, we're broadcasting over the Winnebago Big Voice Facebook page. Is that correct?
Yep, both of them, and the YouTube.
And then if you're wondering why we're over the airway, we're discussing the air quality. If you notice outside, it's pretty hazy. It can affect your lungs. We did talk to Pilar Aldridge, and she mentioned that tonight's baseball games for the Winnebago youth are postponed. And we wanted to kind of reiterate that message to those folks to limit your outdoor activity. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, you want to, if you're, if you have to be outside, be as, don't exert yourself. Heavy breathing will just exacerbate the problem.
Okay, so no jogging outside today.
Yeah, that would not be a good day to jog, no.
Okay, so no wonder why they postponed tonight's baseball games for everybody and stuff. So we want to make sure that we relay that message. Those that maybe are on oxygen or maybe some of our elderly, what can we do to maybe help them? Will a mask work, or is it just best to stay indoors for the
It's best to stay indoors. If you have, you would have to have a respirator to really block out that kind of smoke.
Okay. And then, so as we go along here, what's the timeline on how we got to kind of hunker down a little bit?
It's looking like they're predicting it should subside by noon tomorrow.
Subside by noon tomorrow, okay.
Yeah, it'll get better as the evening progresses, and in the morning it'll still be in the unhealthy to moderate stage. But by noon tomorrow, we're thinking that it'll be in the good to moderate.
Okay, so we are visiting here with Kurt Lyons. He's the air quality specialist for the Winnebago tribe. He has been providing us information here in Winnebago, and we are an air quality advisory, meaning that the air that you go outside is not good to breathe for a long duration of time. Once again, he had mentioned to limit the youth, the teens, as well as the elderly's exposure to outside. The workers were advised to try to stay indoors as much as possible. Anything else that I'm missing?
No, that's it. It's just, you don't want to be outside. It's not that you can't be outside if you're just, doing something light. But if you're exerting yourself, that's not good because you're going to breathe that in heavier. Okay.
And now, if anybody should, what are some of the symptoms of, like, if you get too much of that into your lungs?
Eye irritation, maybe shortness of breath, maybe sore throat. It can affect people in different ways, but those are the general.
And what's the best remedy? Do we run to the hospital? Do we
if
clear our lungs?
If you're suffering from asthma, you need your medication near.
Okay.
If you're feeling faint or whatever, you would want to see a doctor about that. But generally speaking, you should be all right. You don't want to, if you're feeling, any of those symptoms, I would just go inside.
Yeah.
Because your air, at that point, would be better inside. Generally, in a normal situation, the outside air is much cleaner than the inside air. But in this case, it's the opposite.
Okay, so once again, for those that are just tuning in here, this is something that we want you to share, especially with our elders and our youth. Mm-hmm. I know the youth are anxious to get outside to do some playing. And for tonight, as well as till noon tomorrow, let's try to keep them indoors. And once again, the Whirling Thunder games that are scheduled, the baseball games are scheduled for this evening outdoors, are postponed. Okay, and so share that message. Anything that I'm missing here, Bethany?
Just kind of be mindful of it. Don't exert yourself, and wait for a more better day where the air is a little bit better outside, if you have any working out plans.
Yes, and then we do have some graphics that are on the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook page that kind of tells where the stream's coming from.
Yeah, it helps to give a picture of what it looks like.
And then there's a kind of a number there, and we are currently in a, what they call a AQI alert, right?
It's Air Quality Index. They look at different parameters, different pollutants in the air that the EPA monitors for.
So right now we're kind of in that orange, almost a red area where it says 150 to 200 is very unhealthy. And we are in that moderate to unhealthy area. So, yeah, for sure. If you guys, once again, we wanted to keep telling people air quality alert that's happening out there. And we wanted to come have you join us so that you could tell the people.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, there's some questions. Maybe the elders can't understand why they can't go outside or whatnot. If you don't think it's that, hazy and you feel all right, it might affect you down the line, right?
Prolonged
exposure
to that, it can hurt you, especially if you're inflicted with some lung or heart issues. Okay,
avoid strenuous outdoor activities. Keep outdoors activities short. Consider moving physical activities indoor or rescheduling them. Everyone else, take any of these steps to reduce your exposure. Choose less strenuous activities like walking instead of running so you don't breathe as hard. Shorten the amount of time you are active outdoors. Be active outdoors when air quality is better, and that is expected tomorrow sometimes. But we'll keep you updated, right?
Yes.
And you're getting constant updates from your crew. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else that we made mention?
I think we're hitting all the important points.
Okay, this is a public service announcement on behalf of the Winnebago Tribe and the Big Voice and our air quality specialist, Mr. Kurt Lyons. So with that, we'll let you guys get back to your day and stay tuned to the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook page as well as the Big Voice Radio for any updates that may be upcoming. Thank you, folks.